Hello. For all my college students, Christmas break. Yay. For some of us, not all of us. I'm so sorry for some of you guys. Finals week fucked me like a dog in the winter. Just down fucked me. But I'm back in my own room, back in my own house, back in my own, back in my, with my Xbox and my stuff, shit like that. I know I should get a PC. Don't comment. This is why I do this YouTube shit, for hopefully I can get enough money to buy a PC and actually start gaming, because my Xbox is not going to be. Right now I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring lately. It's super fun. I love Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring. I spent so this is probably this is my first Dark Souls game technically. I have played other Dark Souls like games, so like different types of games that are similar but not the same. And I played some of Bloodborne on my one of my friends' PC, PlayStation 4s, I think. PlayStation 4, yeah, PlayStation 4. I think that was one Dark Souls one. Bloodborne, sorry. And then I have seen a lot of playthroughs on all the Dark Souls game, but this is the first game that I actually got and wanted to start playing, and it's so beautiful. I'm like 20 hours in and I barely unlocked shit. I've been collecting shit. I got a cool weapon, but I haven't doing much. But that's not why you're here. You are here for what if Deku started a gang. So last time we started off, we talked about more of the lore aspect of it. Like we talked about like how, what is Midoriya doing, the detective work, everything like that. And we talked about how like Midoriya kind of runs like this gang of like the top dogs of top dogs. But we don't really understand how he had how number one, how he got that role, and number two, why does he hold these people's respects? And that's what Aizawa is kind of starting to research. He's trying to research where all these people are, because the crime rate in the darker parts of this way that we might just call Crime Alley. Crime Alley, it might be. This darker part of it is going lower and lower and lower, and that less criminals are doing criminal activities. And Aizawa is trying to figure out why. As President Mike is saying, like, hey, we're going to do this raid on this doctor place during this place. It was just explaining a little bit more about it. But Aizawa is still trying to get some questioning until he gets a phone call by Killer. And that's when we ended last time. Let's start the video. So we see Aizawa like fully cloaked up, like a hood over, and you see still his scarf is peeking out, but that's it. As Killer is like standing there, you see him like peached up, normal outfit, but he lost the suit that he was wearing before and is wearing a normal like kind of like army style, not completely black but little green with like it almost looks like a camo pattern, but it looks like gray and black, like a mixtures of colors that seems like it will blend in the natural environment itself, the more city environment that they're living in. As Aizawa looks at him and says, what do you need? As he's like, Killer just kind of looks at him. What do I need? I was the one who called you. Like, what do you, like, I tell you, you need something. He says, okay. As like, he's like, both Killer and them walks into this area, and it's a bar. It's, you see like a couple of people, you're like, oh, hey Killer. He's like, yeah. He's like, young master's still doing good? He's doing great. As they both sit down, as Aizawa's looking over, and he's like, what? Looks over and tries to study him, tries to study Killer. And as he says, as use, same. As he actually, Aizawa tilts over, no drinks for me. Looks over, no drinks. Gotta work in the morning. Okay. Suit yourself. As Killer pulls over a glass of whiskey and a little bit of Coke. A Jack and Coke, they might say. He starts drinking and he says, you need to stop. As Aizawa looks over, what? You're getting into shit that's too far. Getting into something that you don't know the end of yet. As he takes a sip and puts it back down. You don't know how strong this could be. As he looks over, what do you... Yeah, I know. You're a part of it, I know. Why? You're a fucking great... You're one of the greatest heroes I ever known. Killing the baddest of the bad. The killer looks over. Yeah, I was. As he finishes up, he puts it down and he says, but this people showed me that the baddest of the bad can't be taken care of unless we take our hands. They killed me. I killed the worst of the worst, and they kept on calling back. I would have locked them away. I would have killed them. And guess what? Guess what happens? More people come up that are even worse than them. I could execute hundreds of thousands, and they would never. This killer kind of takes a step back. You goaded me. He smiles, but it looks more like a shark's grin than anything else, like he's trying to bite his head off. As Alec says, caught that, didn't you? So who are you working with now, after you quit the hero business? Quit? I retired. I'm done being a hero. Yeah, walking out saying, fuck you motherfuckers, I'm never coming back, is a retirement. That's what it says on my paperwork. As he hands over his glasses, he pours a little bit more Coke and a little bit more Jack than alcohol this time as he grabs the drink. But I'm telling you this now, it's not going to be good for you if you keep on this. And he's like, what? Is this Green Eye? So he figured out the name. You're deeper than I thought. As he takes another sip. Gonna fucking kill me? I'll let it give a chance. No. Probably not. We'll kill you. Maybe. As he finally drinks. But if it did, he puts down the drink fully, you'd be looking the barrel of my gun. As Aizawa looks, as his eyes got a little wide, but a little back to normal. He looks at him. Yeah, I'm ready for that endeavor. You're not. You're not. As Aizawa says, I worked with you for over 20 years. I know your limitations. I know how strong you are. I know how fast you are. I'm faster. I'm stronger. Especially without your quirk, as you see him almost quickly move. Like it's almost like Flash, as you see Killer with a knife to Aizawa's neck, as a little bit of bleeding comes out of Aizawa's neck. Yeah. As he pulls out the switchblade that he pulled out, he puts it back away fast, as everyone was staring at those two. You were faster. Not anymore. As he gets up his chair. Just please. I don't want you to die. You're one of the gooder ones. Or the better ones, you could say. You never worked with that vocabulary, didn't you, asshole? I guess so. I just don't want to kill you. He almost sounds sad, but honestly, it almost sounds like if he had the chance, if some of this person, whoever it was going to order him to kill him, he would do it without even hesitating. Well, see ya. As he opens up the door and he walks out, Aizawa's sitting there, looks over. Rum and Coke, please. As he takes a sip, almost looking at his drink, knowing this is not a place where he should get drunk. He finished up his class and he walks out. Stress kind of lines his brow a little bit as he looks over at this place, construction starts going on, but where's the money coming from? There's no fucking city that's going to pay for like this types of repairs. Where the fuck is the money coming from? As he walks away from the darkness of this place, he realizes it has to be from the leader. Has to be. As he leaves, going back to his apartment, he knows that tomorrow is going to be a new day. He has to get to bed, even though he stays up till 2 working, still trying to figure out why did he warn me. We switch over to Midoriya. Midoriya is wearing his normal like outfit, flannel with a t-shirt that says like in big colorful letters, like this is a t-shirt with his ginormous sneakers. The sneakers show something though. Quirkness. He doesn't have one. Never had one. Never will have one. And the sneakers show that. As he looks around, he sees a bunch of other kids, family members with those red sneakers. They only buy that in those types. Bright red. For what reason? What's showing? To show them that they are lesser. As he's walking, he's waving as a bunch of the people, some without red sneakers, some with, are waving at him. Hey, how you doing, Midoriya? I'm doing great. How about you? How's your family, Nicholas? My family's doing well. How about yours? Same old, as he keeps on walking. A bunch of people are like, you see him like they're smiling almost when he's like walking past, as he's a bit taller than they are, about 6'1", but he's smiling, he's waving. They're not seeing him with fear, they see him with hope. As he's walking with those red sneakers, some of the kids with red sneakers that were looking at it almost downfall, and looks at his and says, oh, he looks up as one of the kids whisper, and almost like looks at it, if he has it, I can't have it. And he keeps on walking, and you see him almost skip with hope as the parents look down and they smile at Midoriya. As he keeps on walking, he walks down this flight of stairs. It's early morning, roughly around 5:45. He opens up the door as he looks at the woman in front desk. She's wearing wearing like a old-fashioned nursing outfit. Toga, it's not fair, as Toga shifts away back to her normal phone with the blonde hair, but still wearing the nurse's outfit. How did you know? As he leans over, that nurse's outfit hasn't been registered in 3 months. We just got new ones. But I like these. Yeah, but they still have too much cleavage, especially because some of the buttons started breaking. We have to be good with the number one, the nurses, as number two, the female guest. That's why I liked it. Toga. Okay. Why are you here? Mission report. As he hands him over, as he looks at the file. Yeah. How many banks and when are we breaking in? 3 banks. Wall at roughly around 8 o'clock. Good. Everyone running serum? Already has them marked up and changed. Good. Trained? Officially. Good. Only the rich ones, right? Ones with money that's not from, The struggling are the poor? Yeah, I know. Good. Okay. As he snaps away the flyer, but you leave. As she walks in. Toga, what are you? Kathy, please do not let her have your blood ever again. But I like it. I don't care. He opens up the door, and there's a stairway. As he keeps on walking, he shuts the door and locks it with a pad key. 1963. Keeps him walking downstairs as he takes the left corner as it seems like a hospital, a running and number one good hospital. Medical, top of the line medical equipment with top of the line people. As people are rushing about, they're like, as Midori put down his lab coat, taking off his flannel t-shirt, and covering up completely, putting on walking. He says, "Am I? When is surgery happening? With Jameson, right? Jack Jameson." He says, "Yes, it's going to happen roughly around 6:30. So you're here earlier than expected. I always like to be." As they're walking around, he hands another vanilla folder looking at Jack Jameson. He has a heart issue. His quirk bumped up his speed endurance, but was struggling with his heart, particularly making his heart increase speed too much. Basically, he would increase blood flow into the rest of his veins, but his heart couldn't handle that for long periods of time. So by the age of 35, he had 3 heart attacks already. No normal hospital would take him because they would number one, they say, his insurance is not good enough. He doesn't have enough money, blah blah blah, to do this. Midoriya doesn't care. He's walking as Midoriya is putting on like a full hazmat stuff as the nurses put on gloves for him so he does not touch anything to make it infected. As Jack, still conscious at this time, but is slowly getting to, looks at Midoriya and he says, "I'm happy that, don't worry," as he grabs his face, not actually grabbing it, but getting close and like leaning closer to him. "You are in good hands." As he wheels him in, he pulls around as we're going to move back to Aizawa. As Aizawa is working with President Mike, and President Mike is looking at him, as it's an older kind of rustic building that they're staring at. It's brick layered. It's kind of sturdy, but it doesn't look anything good. And then they see it. A boy. Really tall overall, 6'1", 6'2", walk inside with red shoes. What they were looking for. This boy has been walking in this place multiple times throughout multiple months and coming out. It says multiple surgeries are happening there successfully, but they didn't know. Early, 45. As Aizawa looks over, as we switch over back to Midoriya, as the patient is unconscious, he pulls out a syringe as he cuts open the patient slowly but surely. As he starts doing the surgery as best as he possibly can, very fast but also very deliberate, grabbing the heart and changing out with a medical heart as he starts hearing, as sirens start happening, as the doctors around him look around and the nurses as well, as we bump back to Aizawa, as Aizawa had one of the busts down the door as it looks over, as one of the nurses, one of the cops pulls out a gun. Put your hands up! As the nurse puts his hands up, but before she did that, she clicked the alarm. As Aizawa says, "Where's the medical office? Tell me." As she says, "Medical? What do you mean? You are wearing a nurse's uniform. I like cosplay. This is a prostitution ring." He looks around as one of the cops, who's a dog man, Smith, sterilization. As the doctors, as Midori looks around at the doctors, go. As he's like, "We can't." I said, "Go, leave me." But I have to finish out this surgery. As all the doctors run away, as they're all going to the secret exit, as smells at the door as the nurse lowers her head, as one of the cops starts hitting it with his, as the bigger guy says, get out of the way, as he punches it, breaking down the door itself as they all rush downstairs. as the sirens are going off, but he's replacing his heart with a metal, not really metal, but it's like almost a mixture between like flesh and steel that looks well as he's replacing the heart itself. You see him moving almost like it's majestic, like he's done this multiple times. As he's replacing the heart itself, he injected him with this kind of greenish liquid inside of like this vial, injecting him inside of it. As you see green like veins pop around half his face as Midoriya starts sewing him up very fast and very moving, as he grabs the patient and moves over to this. It almost seems like a morgue thing, but he opens it, puts the person inside, and clicks a button. As you see it almost shoot, as the person is still unconscious, but it shoots as fast as like anything else. He straps him down before he gets into that, puts the lock on, as he hears one of the doors gets busted down, knowing that he's not have enough time to escape. He sees the door gets busted down, as you see one like a bigger man. You see with like white hair, look a little bit older. As the cops pull out they have their pistols already drawn. They're aiming at Midoriya, this 16-year-old child almost. He has this full medical uniform on, but they don't see any patients. They don't even see anything that can call this a hospital, but just how it looks, a little bit sterile. Midoriya, with blood on his hand, completely covered in blood by the surgery itself, slowly takes off his gloves and throws them away. As the cops say, "Put your hands up! Put your hands up!" As he says, "Do you want to be covered in blood either?" As he takes off all of his mask, all of his stuff. Putting back on his flannel shirt, he puts his hands up. "Okay, my hands are raised." As the cops grab him, put him on the ground, shove him onto the ground, and put handcuffs around him. You hear the tiny of handcuffs as he gets stood up, as he's shoved into a police car and drove. As he's put into a cell. As Midoriya, it's not a nice cell. But when he's walking in, something happens. You see the criminals that are walking in do two things: veer away from him, like move back from the cell, or get closer. He's like, "You got the wrong guy!" As some of the criminals are yelling at the cops, screaming almost, "You got him wrong! Get him out of those cops!" As some of the criminals are moving away, like it's like he's like almost like he's too bright. As it happened both ways, as like some of the criminals are moving back, but most of them are moving forward, yelling at the cops, "You got the wrong guy! You need to release him! Release him! Get him out of those cops! What are you trying to do? Kill us? What are you trying to do? Kill us?" As some of them are even saying, put me instead. I'll take any charges you got." As some of them, he's like, as he walks past some of them, and some of the criminals are like looking at him like, Midoriya, are you okay? Did they hurt you?" As he's like, "I'm okay, John. I'm okay. Calm down. He's almost smiling at them. Jameson, I tell you to calm down. I'm fine. He's yelling. He's almost smiling as one of the cops hit him hard at the back of the head, where his head starts bleeding a little bit. Looks up. "Maybe I'm not as fine as I used to be." As he's still smiling, he's still chanting. As he looks over one of the cops, and he sees him. "You! I fucking saw that shit! You're dead! You're dead, you motherfucker! You're dead!" As one of the cops like, Get back in your cell!" As he's yelling at him, but all the prisoners are reacting. As he locks him up, puts him in a cell, and they lock the key away. As I was looking at the security cams, as you see right next to him is a rat. Principal Nazu. As he's drinking some tea, as he's like, we might have just fucked up. As I was like, I should have listened. Looks over. Finishes up his tea. We might be dead. Extremely dead. As this is where we're going to end the what if. Hope you guys liked it. They might give it a little bit shorter just because I'm back home so I can make more of them now. But have a fun Christmas break. I'll see you guys later. Remember to subscribe, like, comment down below other what ifs or how stupid I am. Those are always fun comments to write. Or if you want to, pay me $750. Pay down me right now. I'm joking. Don't do that. That's not necessary. But I love you guys and see you guys later. Goodbye.